Boy, I got a real treat today. I get to sit down with Francis Smith, boat building family. And I've been wanting to sit down with you for a long time and get the story, hear how everything started. And one question I had was like your daddy was Frank, right? And so did that generation, Frank and his brothers, did they start the boat building, or was there?
My granddaddy.
So his daddy started it all. What was your granddaddy's name?
Jim.
Jim. All right. Had he lived here in Gloucester, or did he move here from somewhere?
No, he was original.
Original from Gloucester. All right.
Bena.
From Bena. From Bena. All right. So Jim, all right, a lot of the boats were built at the end of the road, weren't they? Is that where he started, where Jim started?
No, it started at the home place.
Where did he live? About?
Well, it's not there no more. It's about 2 miles from here.
All right.
But it was, about 2 miles.
And he had a shop like this built?
No.
He built them outside, out in the open?
Yeah.
I hear that. So, do you know about what years?
No, I can't tell you.
All right.
18 something of it.
But he was building like maybe bug eyes at that time.
He did.
So he built bug eyes. And did you think he built any log canoes?
He did.
All right. And they probably hadn't even really got into the Deadrises yet. So he started out with bug eyes and log canoes, and he was probably around when they started converting some of the bug eyes and changing them over for engines and all.
Yeah.
So I hear that. Well, I was wondering, where it started at.
Yeah.
So then, do you know how many sons he had? How many brothers did your dad have?
1, 2, 3. 3 brothers.
All right. Can you tell me what their names were?
Cindy.
What?
Cindy.
Cindy?
Cindy, S.
Sydney. All right. Sydney.
Eddie.
Eddie.
Little Jim.
Little Jim.
And Jack.
And Jack. And then your daddy, Frank. So little Jim, he was probably the oldest one. Was he the junior from your granddaddy?
Yeah, he was. He was a character, so to say.
Oh, boy. And all of them followed the trade of building boats, or was involved at times?
At times.
Right. I hear that. So, did your dad build this shop?
No. I built this.
You built
years
this?
ago.
Okay. So, where was your dad building them at?
Down the creek about 2 miles, like I said.
Okay. So, are you talking about the end of this road? Or are you talking about going around like
Cuba.
Benny Belvin's? And
No. Going, it's called Cuba Road. At the end of that.
All right. Is there anything left down there on the shore? Is there anything left down here on the shore? It's all gone.
Everything gone.
Wow. Time always brings change.
Gone.
Whew. That's why I'm here talking to you, trying to capture this history so we can tell the story.
Everything gone, buddy.
Yeah. I hear that. But, so your dad, he was building them around when they were trying to get some kind of mechanized tools and not just all hand tools. And I mean,
mostly. I got his tools.
but I mean, he was starting out with foot adze and broad axe, and
I got them.
yeah, that's good. I hear. I got my granddaddy's foot adze and broad axe.
Yeah, I got them. Got a lot. I bought them all from my mama.
Yeah, right. I hear that. But I mean, but Frank, your dad, he was around when they got into power tools and
Yeah.
all. So I mean, that made a big difference.
Yeah, last going off, we had power tools.
Hmm.
Mostly, I don't know, skill saws, major, planer, band saws, table saws,
Right.
you know.
So your daddy, Frank, he built like Bodie Riggins' boat, the Linda R.
You know Bodie?
Yeah, I know Bodie Riggins. Like I said, we worked out of Back Creek. I knew all the Riggins.
They're good people.
I started working out there with my dad when I was 6 years old. I was baiting pots. And by the next year, 7 years old, I was pulling the pots.
The Riggins was really good people. I
Yes,
tell you.
they are.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Linda R. sitting at Jordan's now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
That's where she go.
she was a fairly new boat when I started out there. Oh, did your daddy build the Margaret F. in Pocosin for Claudia Jr.?
Claudia first.
Yeah. There's a boat named the Margaret F. that we're thinking that your daddy built. I don't know that.
Could be.
Okay. I hear that. But did you... Who all got started with the King boats? The Ella K, the Delvin K,
My
Elizabeth K.
granddaddy.
That was your granddaddy.
Yeah.
So Jim built them,
Yeah.
and his sons helped him.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Did your daddy build deck boats?
Yeah.
What deck boats did he build?
Well, I'd call them the deck. Most he built was from up north. Trawl boats.
Oh, okay. He built big trawl boats.
Yeah.
Alright.
The biggest one was, I think it was 87 feet.
Right. You know what name it was?
Karina T.
With a K, Karina, or Karina T? All right. So, what other open boats? The
He
smaller?
didn't build them. He didn't fool no very few.
So, like Linda R. he didn't build many like her?
No,
Okay. Well, what other boats did your dad build?
Jesus God, I can't remember them all now. But he never fooled with the little ones.
Okay.
And then he might build one if he knew you.
Right. But like 40 footers, he didn't build many of them.
No.
He was building trawl boats.
Yeah, 65, 60, 65, 87.
Yeah. 60, 65, 87. Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
So did y'all have a sawmill close by? You had to bring all the lumber in.
Most of the lumber we used come from Baltimore.
Okay. All right. All right. So you got into the 40 footers and
I built my first one when I was 13.
when you were 13?
It was a skiff, but I built
Right. All right, so you spell Francis Francis. All right, just want to make sure I spell it right. So when you were 13, you built a skiff. What was it, like 16, 14, 18?
No, I don't know that part.
Okay.
She wasn't much, I tell you, but I started.
Yeah. All right. So, what was the first bigger boat you built?
Shit.
And if you don't remember the first one, that's
no.
all right.
I remember the first one, for parts of it,
Mm-hmm.
belonged to two boys that got out the military. Can't think of the name. And them friends of Daddy. And Daddy said, yeah, I'll help y'all. And he told me to go ahead because he helped me. That's when I started building. I guess she was 40 feet.
Mm-hmm. I hear that. So, I don't know how old you were. You were probably a teenager or something, weren't you, when they did the East Hampton? When they put the round stern on her and put the starboard side in her?
No, I worked there. I worked on them.
So you were big enough to help with that?
Yeah.
I hear
As a
that.
matter of fact, I cut most of the stern for her.
Okay, you cut the chunks out.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Yep.
Well, I've got some of them chunks that I had in a display at the Guinea Jubilee last year. Some of them original chunks out of her stern. Whenever I get original piece out of one of them boats, I make a little display out of it and I paint the boat on there. So you got the picture of the boat right on there.
She was square stern.
Well, she was a V stern, and
I mean a V stern.
then you brought her up here, took that off, and put the round stern on her.
I cut most of the round stern.
That was supposed to be like 1962.
What's on?
I hear that.
I made most of the house myself.
Okay. So, what other 40-footers did you build?
Shit, I don't know. I ain't kept track. I know the last one was I built 51 feet.
51. You were trying to do a Kenny Carpenter then, won't you?
No.
He built a ship, didn't he?
Is Kenny still living?
No, he's
I didn't
passed.
think, 'cause he told me he used to come here all the time.
Yeah,
And he told me he had a bad heart attack.
yeah. He had some other
and
issues
he
too.
told me that, he said, I got to tell you something. I said, what do you want, Kenny? I liked him.
Mm-hmm.
He said that I'm going back to work. I said, do what? He said, I'm going back welding. He said, Kenny was a welder,
Mm-hmm.
union,
Yeah.
and he went back to work.
Mm-hmm. See, he was from Seaford,
That's right.
so I knew him real well.
Yep.
I got to sit down with him, do an interview just like this too.
How long has he been dead?
A couple months.
Huh?
Yeah, it's only been a few months. Mm-hmm.
Because I know I hadn't seen him in.
Well, he's been sick for a while. He had cancer and other things
Yeah.
too, so he was sick. But
I ain't seen him in. He hasn't been here in a couple, 3 years.
yeah, 'cause he wasn't doing too good. But
Yeah, he told me.
but he was hanging in there.
Mm.
But
Kenny Carter.
so you built one 51 foot. Do you know what name it ended up being?
Captain Francis Smith.
Captain Francis Smith. Was that for yourself?
Mm-mm. Belonged to a buddy of mine.
Oh, okay. Is she still around?
I couldn't, yeah, but she's a different name now.
Right, but she
See,
still
last time I heard she was, I don't know where she's at.
right.
And The family gave her away to, I think I'm getting it right now, I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
The family gave her to Delafield Marina,
Mm-hmm.
but they had to keep her for something like 2 or 3 years before they could sell her.
Mm-hmm.
And they sold her. And I couldn't tell you who bought her, I don't know.
Right.
But he stole a lot of stuff off her.
I hear that. So,
The man that I sold her to, he and I have been working for 30, 40 years.
uh-huh.
He owns Evelyn Plantation on Route 5.
Okay. So she never got worked or anything?
No,
Okay.
she had everything you want on.
Right.
She had 500 gallons of fuel, 200 gallons of water, 2
Wow.
generators, $100,000 engine.
Phew. Man,
Yeah, all mahogany inside,
top notch. You got any pictures of her?
plenty of them.
I hear that.
Yep.
So, just a guess, how many bigger dead rises do you think you built? I mean, just a guess. Yeah, I ain't trying to get it perfect.
30 or 40 maybe.
Okay.
See, I didn't work. I worked on a job during daytime.
Okay. I mean, that's like Willard Norris. He
And I
did
built
jobs
boats
and
at
built them.
nighttime. Willis did, ain't
Yeah, he been dead a couple years
he?
now.
Yeah, I know Willow very well.
Mm-hmm. He built my boat.
Did it?
I got a 36-footer I keep it at the Surf Rider in Pocosin.
Surf Rock. Was that the one that was the last, he named it the last one?
No, but I worked on the water 20 years, but I ain't working on the water now, and I don't work my boat, so I've got it in Pocosin. I can keep it in a covered slip, keep the sun and rain off of it. So, but she's in good shape. But
Yeah, I know Willow.
uh-huh.
Known him for many, many years.
Yeah.
I know he had an article on the boat. Book. I think he named it the last one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Should probably in the 30 feet, maybe a little over.
I hear that.
Mm.
Yeah.
I didn't know Willow did that. I knew he had died.
He built mine in 1975.
He had cancer too, didn't
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
he? Did you know Grover Lee Owens?
I never got to sit down and talk to him or anything. I knew all about who he was and everything, but I never got to sit down with him.
Well, him and Willow Norris weren't too far apart.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Nobody did talk shit about Grover Lee, but I liked him.
Grover Lee built a pretty boat.
Grover Lee, I liked him.
He built a good boat. You
I
know,
like
a
him.
lot of his boats are still around.
Yeah.
Yep. And like when he built Sequest, she's 47, 48 foot. He built a couple bigger ones.
Mm-hmm.
When they started crab dredging off the open boats, that's when they started building them a little bigger so you could use one boat and do everything year round. Before that, you had to maintain 2 boats. You were keeping up a deck boat and a open boat,
Willow. And his brother died. His son died too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you were working a job and building boats. What kind of employment were you working the job?
Run the Jordan Marine.
Okay. So, I mean, same thing.
Yeah, that's where I was at.
So you were running Jordans.
40 years.
All right. So the Trudy Lane was built at Jordan's, wasn't it? Marin's boat.
Yeah.
Who built her? Was one of your uncles or somebody?
No. Me and the owner did.
You and the owner?
Me and the owner of the Jordan Marine done it.
All right, who was that?
Lionel.
Lionel?
They sold her. They sold her.
Yeah, I was just talking to them. I was just talking to Benny. Lionel, Judy Lane, and Francis. Is she the only one built at Jordan's?
No. Way back, that Captain Jim, Joe Jordan, and I can't go back much further.
Right. So who was Captain Jim? You talking about your granddaddy?
No, he was a Jordan.
Oh, he was a Jordan.
Clarence Jordan.
Who?
Clarence
Clarence what?
Jordan.
I can't say I knew him.
Yeah, everybody knows him. He owned the Florence Marie.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I know that. All right. Where was she built?
Down there.
At Jordan's?
Yeah. Clarence ended up with a Captain Jim built a.
So they were brothers, Clarence and Jim?
Was Captain Jim's son.
Oh, okay.
Me and him used to drink whiskey together. That's how I know him.
Oh, boy.
And a lot of it.
Well,
that's good for you.
I drank a lot when I was young.
Oh, hell, you got to drink it.
But I ain't drank a drop since July 5th, 1986. Good.
I'm gonna go get some light bulbs. Thacker's coming over to look at the lights in the kitchen. There's one that's.
All right.
So don't worry, he'll be here in a little bit. I'll be
Yeah,
back.
I ain't worried about it. Go ahead.
See you later.
But look, when I was young, when we bought a half a gallon, when we opened that up, we threw the top away. We ain't need that no more.
Well, me and Clarence drank the mini one.
But I ain't had a drop since 1986, and I'm glad for it.
I
Cause
don't know. I ain't had none in, 9 years.
yeah,
Broke back, put me up.
yeah, I hear that. You broke your back.
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Stupid.
Oh boy, I hear you.
Yeah.
But that didn't shut you down. I mean, you still been going, ain't you?
Yeah. Not much, but I build some small stuff.
Right.
Build furniture.
Yeah.
And I don't do much.
I know
I don't
you.
do nothing.
I know you can do something with a piece of wood now.
I built one or two models.
You got any models you built?
The only one that long, the Bobby boy used to work for me.
I hear that.
I got a deck boat back there.
Well, when I did the Yorktown workboat races, there's a real nice brick building on the beach called the Freight Shed. Inside there, I had a workboat model show.
Did you?
It had that building full of nice models. So
Models are junk.
it was models, and they were nice. And we even had a RC class, remote control models. But June 1st, 2025 is the next event when I do the races again, and we're going to have a model show again. So I want to have some of your models in there for people to see. Would that be all right with you?
If I'm around.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm 82 years old.
I hear that. But that's between you and God. I mean, he's one to say how long you going to be here.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we just keep going till we don't go no more.
That's what I do.
And I
got
tell
the little boy back there he's working on. He worked for me for 30-some years.
yeah,
And he's back there now.
yeah. Well, look, keeping going's what'll keep you going.
Yeah, he's back there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, look, can you show me around the shop or anything about how you were building them and stuff? Or
How I was building them, get drunk and go ahead and build one.
I hear you.
Huh?
I hear that.
Don't get it dirty now. I got them.
All right, let me wipe my feet off before I come in. You build that model there?
I just put the top work on for him.
So,
That on the little Barbie.
so
baby.
somebody else had built the model and you're putting a house on it?
He pulled this. This is glass.
Okay.
He pulled that off of one of my boats.
All right.
I had made a model there,
I hear that.
and I told him I put the house and stuff on.
Yeah, that's nice. You build that deck boat back there?
Yeah.
Which one is she? Is she?
There's mine.
Oh, so there ain't no replica of any one in particular.
Hell no, I don't copy nobody.
That's gonna say Captain Francis on her, huh?
Yeah, it is. No.
You been working on her anymore?
No.
You need to go ahead and finish her. I see you
I
got
ain't no hurry.
you got the drudge post on her and got
I
the
got
side
it.
rollers
I
on her.
got everything.
I hear you.
Yeah. Not
That's
bad.
beautiful. That's pretty work there. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You will have a water barrel in the back on the
Oh, I
stern.
got it all made.
You already got it made.
Yeah.
Can't hold you back. Some people know and some people don't.
Yeah.
I worked on it. I drudged crabs a long time. I know all about that. I miss it.
I'll show you something. Maybe. The rudder,
Yeah, I see.
stern wheel.
Uh-huh. Yep. Look at that. That's all ready.
I had a woman offer me a big pile of money. I mean a big pile. But to sell it to her. And I said, let me tell you something. You must think I'm fucking broke.
They don't understand. They think everything's all about money.
She had the money.
Well, that's what I say. Some people think everything's all about money, but some of us, it ain't all about money.
I sold a lot of furniture.
There's a prop down there. You made that
I
too?
made that.
Look at that. Let me see that. Look at that. That's metal too. See, you like me. If it's metal, I make it out of metal. If it's steel, I make it out of steel.
Yeah.
That's nice. I made a nice pair of patent tongs on a model of my dad's boat. Made them from scratch, and they're made out of steel. They look good.
I used to, I was telling Bobby one day, me and him was talking. He wanted to know how many drudge rigs that I put on. I told him 90% of the drudge boats, the drudge crabs, I put the rig on.
I hear that.
But I ain't doing no more.
Right.
Fuck them.
They're talking about letting some of them drudge again.
I
but-
know, I heard that.
But it's just gonna be a couple of them. They'll
I
just
know,
be for a
yeah.
short period. You know how much that's gonna cost to rig up now? What you
Exhaust
got? The
pipe.
exhaust. Look at that. Look, ain't nothing wrong with that. That'll be on top of the house, won't it?
Yeah, I got everything for it.
Yeah. All you gotta do is put it together.
I ain't no hurry.
I hear that. So look, how many of y'all's used this bandsaw right here?
I will tell you that now.
Did it come from your daddy?
It's old. It's very, very, very old.
That's a nice bandsaw, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
You can cut anything on that.
yeah, it's very, very old.
What about the back part of the shop?
There's some good wood back there.
Just some wood.
Yeah. No, ain't nothing. I told you I'd give it up. That's why I used to build them.
Right.
Yeah.
You got any like jigs or patterns
No,
or anything?
I don't keep nothing.
You do?
Somebody might steal it.
Did you do all of that by rack eye, or did you have some patterns you
I
used?
had no pattern.
I hear
I
you.
worked with no pattern.
Did you know Captain Arthur and C. Ford, who built a few boats?
Oh, what's the last?
Arthur Thomas.
Perry Thomas.
Perry Thomas's daddy.
Jesus, let me tell you something about
Arthur Perry Thomas's daddy.
I knew him very well. Let me tell you,
I knew him too.
the last whiskey Arthur Thomas drunk was right here.
I hear that. Oh boy.
His wife was going to a school board meeting
Right.
up at Gloucester,
Right.
and he called me up. He said, "What do you think?" I said, "Come on, Perry." He said, "I'll bring a bottle." Me and him sat right back here. I had a boat in here,
Right.
and I couldn't tell you which one, but me and him said we killed that bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah, Perry was a good man.
I know. You got that right.
He was a good man.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
I got some great old pictures of him. They're on that group.
I made his drudge rig at nighttime.
You did?
Uh-huh.
On the Perry Lynn,
Yeah.
and then the Helen T.
Yeah.
And Captain Arthur had the Catherine.
Catherine. Yeah.
Alec Gaines built her. It's the old log canoe.
Clarence Jordan built the Helen T.
Oh, Clarence did?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know who built her.
Yeah. That's the last, what was the name of it? The last one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The Helen T.
Yeah, that was the last one he
Clarence Jordan
had.
built her. Built it down there across the pond, there, right across the road from Jordan Marine.
Okay. I hear that. You build that skiff there?
No, that's fiberglass. I don't know.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Yeah, we don't do nothing.
Look, you done burn a mini piece of wood in that stove, ain't you?
Let them burn it up.
Burn the pipe right off of her.
Yeah, hell, I don't care.
Been steaming some crabs in here too.
Hey, yeah.
Just looking, I didn't know that was fiberglass.
Huh?
I said, I didn't know that.
No,
That's
steel.
wood.
Yeah.
That's wood. You didn't build that one?
Huh?
You didn't build that one?
Yeah, I built two of them.
But this one, this
Yeah.
boat here, you built it?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was asking you. I thought you
Well,
said
I
it was.
thought you were talking about a little. No, that one made of red
Oh,
cedar.
you talking about back there?
Yeah, that one made of red cedar.
No, I'm talking in here. I don't even worry about that out there. This is made by what? Out of what?
Red cedar.
Red cedar. Wow.
I built two of them. And I bought them back.
Man, that's pretty. That is pretty work there.
He was a multi-millionaire.
Oh boy.
And he had the cedar. Me and him used to drink whiskey together.
Right.
And he had the cedar. She was 1.8 inches thick.
Right.
And I built two of them.
You know what? That's why she's still sitting there too.
Yeah, I could have sold it.
No, but I'm saying she's still around.
Yeah. Now, people wanted to buy.
I hear that.
I don't sell nothing.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't blame you.
I built the other one. She was built for an outboard motor.
Right. Well, when I was 12 years old, my granddaddy built me a 12-foot skiff. And I had that at home, and we lived on the Pocosin River. We worked out of Back Creek, but I lived on the Pocosin River. And I'd go crabbing with Daddy all day. Then when I got home, I'd get on my 12-foot skiff and go out there and do my own thing.
Yeah, well.
But I rode it all over the place. till I bought one of them little Sears 3-horse outboards they used to
Yeah.
have. I bought one of them, put on her, and I ran all over the place.
Yeah. Used to.
So what year you think you built this?
Oh. 50 years ago.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, maybe longer.
So
than that.
about 75, 1975, something like that. Well, I know you done a lot of work in here. You had some late nights in here too, didn't you?
Yeah, a lot of drunks too.
Oh boy, this was the happening spot, wasn't it?
It was.
Everybody hung out around
It
here.
was.
Look, bad weather days, too rough to work and all, where'd they come? Right here.
We drunk.
They'd gather up right here, wouldn't they?
I used to buy a lot of lumber. That went out there. Don't buy no more.
Right. So you weren't still getting it from Baltimore, were you? You
No.
started getting it local around
Different
here.
people.
Yeah.
They had spruce. I buy it.
Uh-huh.
And I buy walnut. I got 2 piles of walnut there and a pile up there. Got persimmon over there. That's walnut over there.
Is persimmon a hardwood?
Oh my God.
I ain't never done that with no
Oh,
piece of
my
persimmon.
God. Yeah.
Well, that's some good wood then.
It'd be no, it's not no boat building wood.
Right. You build furniture with it.
Yeah.
And the walnut, that's for furniture too, right?
Yeah, hell, that's 40 years old or more.
I mean, you pretty much use cedar, pine, and oak for boats, right? And fir, and
I try to get away from the fur.
I hear
Didn't
that.
like that.
Right. Hmm.
Didn't like that.
Yeah,
Ain't worth a damn.
I hear that. Well, these days, sometimes that's about all you can get sometimes. But
It's junk too.
yeah, it don't, no, look, any of the wood you get today don't last no time.
Mm.
Got that real wide grain in it.
Junk.
And the fasteners you get, even stainless steel ain't what it's supposed to be.
The last one I built never had no nails on.
Come on.
It screws.
Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that.
Silicon bronze.
Sure. Yeah.
Triple plank.
That's all I use now is screws. I don't put no cut nails in nothing or ring shanks
She
or
was
nothing.
The last one I built was triple plank.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
all glued together.
Well, I bet she's still around.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. How big was she?
51 feet.
Wow.
By myself.
Start to finish.
Yeah.
That's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Well, and you saying down the end of the road there ain't nothing left down there.
Ain't nothing down there, though.
Not even a piling.
No. Houses.
Yeah.
Plenty of housing been built down there.
Right. So they done built houses on the land that y'all were hauling boats and putting them in and all?
Yeah.
Okay. I ain't been down there in a long time. I don't know what's down there.
Nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you got a bunch of pictures?
Yeah, somewhere never in the house.
Yeah.
I got them.
Well, this is a real nice shop.
Hey,
You know, you
I started to build another one, and I'll give it up. No, I just lost my boy,
I'm sorry.
and me and him was going to build one,
Right.
but he died on me, so.
Well, that's one of them things that life happens, you know. I mean, you just got to take it as it
Never was sick a
comes.
day in his life. Never was sick.
I hear that.
Had his own business.
Right. Well,
Died.
we're going to be thankful for what he did while he was here and the time you had with him. Right?
Yeah, he was my buddy.
That's it.
I got another son who lived down the road. Multimillionaire. And he retired a couple of years ago.
Right.
He don't do nothing. Yeah.
Well, so what was your favorite part about being in the boat business, building boats, working with wood? What was your favorite thing?
Building a boat.
Building a boat.
Yeah. As soon as I get one out of here, I have another one started in a couple of weeks.
I hear you.
And then, like I say, at nighttime.
Yeah.
But
So what was the part of it that you dreaded the most?
no.
None of it.
No.
It was all a labor of joy.
If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have done it. But,
And you lay the keel in here and put the bottom on and
everything.
flip her over and keep on going.
Everything. I've done everything.
Well, this is nice.
Come on, I go sit back in my chair. My
Yeah.
back gone. Come on.
Oh yeah, come on, let's go back. Did you build this too? Look, right here.
Yeah, that old buddy of mine that had the cedar.
Uh,
He come down here every night. He too was nothing of it.
so your buddy made that?
Yeah, he owned 2/3 of Gloucester, up of Gloucester. He was a retired farmer.
Oh, okay.
So you want to buy this one? That's what I was telling you about. They got models up there, or they got shit.
You say this is out of a fiberglass mold from one you made
it was
before?
a wooden mold.
But I'm saying
He pulled
you
that
built
off. Yeah.
you built a model
That's the boy she belonged to.
and he made a mold out of the boat and this is out of that mold.
Yeah.
Okay. When you gonna finish her?
I don't know that.
When you get her finished, you need to let me know.
Top.
Have to add that to my display. Look, I go around and set these displays up everywhere. I tell the story, and I'm gonna tell y'all's story too, because people want to hear it, and you got to capture it. So I appreciate you letting me sit down with you and talk to you
Sit
today.
down, buddy. Hell out of shit. I've seen it times. That offer you some. I got whiskey.
I don't want none of
I
it.
bought it the day that they took me away. I died. They brought me back. Yep.
I hear that.
Yeah, died in the house.
Wow.
Mm.
Mm-mm-mm.
They brought me back. The hell still lays in me. Hmm. Yeah.
So when you were 13, that's when you built your first one.
Yeah.
But you've been helping your daddy all along growing up. And
I worked for him.
yeah.
You know.
I'm saying
He died.
Go ahead.
Then I didn't have nobody to work with me. I had some brothers. They wouldn't help me. So I gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
And this Jordan Marine, the owner of that, he heard about it. He wanted me to go to work for him. I said, I ain't going to work. And he said, come on. I said, no, I ain't going to work. I'm retired.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, I worked 40 years or more down there.
Right.
Then I quit. Went out. Yeah. And that boy still works down there. But I don't know.
Well, I'll say it again. Keeping going is what's going to keep you going. So
Yeah.
you being down here is better than sitting up in the house in an easy chair all day.
I don't say. I fool with guns.
Right.
I rebuild guns,
Mm-hmm.
make stock,
Yeah.
go on.
No, you use some walnut for that, don't you? Stocks.
No, but you're not that type of wall.
Right.
Gun stock is different.
Mm-hmm.
It's wall. Believe it or not, most of it come out of Texas.
I hear that. Mm-hmm.
But And I got that son of mine that one died. I got his gun.
Mm-hmm.
He had an acid gun. He loved to hunt. He'd go to Canada once, twice a year.
Big game up there.
Bird hunting, duck hunting,
Oh, okay.
goose hunting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he died right there on my deck.
Hmm.
Mm.
Have a heart attack or something? Or?
Massive heart attack.
Wow.
Never was sick of life.
We don't never know. That's
59 years old.
gotta try to live, make every day count, 'cause we don't know how many days we got.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
My brother has my granddaddy's goose gun. It's a double barrel 10 gauge.
What kind? Ithaca?
I don't know the brand, but it's got a long barrel on it, and it's got 2 hammers, 2 triggers, 2 hammers.
She was Captain Ball then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's old.
Yeah. I got some. I got my daddy's. I got some of mine. I got 5 Brownings A5. Got 5 L.C. Smith. Ideal grade.
Uh-huh.
I got about 50 rifles.
Mm-hmm.
I like them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when am I gonna be able to see some of these pictures you got?
Yeah, wait, she got them hid. They're in the house somewhere now.
Right. I hear that. Well, I sure have enjoyed talking with you.
No problem, buddy. Glad to help you. If I can help you, tell you.
Is there any words of wisdom you got for these young people out here today?
Think about it.
Uh-huh. That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Because they don't even think nothing about nothing. They just fly off and do all kinds of stuff, don't
Think
they?
about it.
Uh-huh. Because look, if you don't think about it now, you might have plenty of time to think about it later, won't you?
Think about it.
Oh, boy.
Now, everybody, I will tell you this. And I don't care who know it, and I don't care, period. Everybody pick up a saw and a hammer ain't a carpenter.
Oh, I know that.
So, think about it.
Well, look, I've always been told that a cabinet maker couldn't build a boat, and a boat builder didn't build a good cabinet.
That's right. I built mine.
Yeah.
I built a lot of cabinets.
But look, you know what the first mistake a lot of people make on a boat? They think they're going to be squaring everything up. Ain't nothing square on them.
No.
You know what? So
No.
that's the big difference right there.
Now all you got needs a good rule.
Yeah, that's it.
I got rules I've been using.
Yep,
I always use them.
that's nice.
Always.
I got one like that was my granddaddy's. Means a lot to me.
Mm.
I got it right there beside his foot adze and broad axe. I got them hanging in my den on my wall.
I got I don't know how many foot eggs I got.
Mm-hmm.
I got some that's over $500.
Yeah.
And I don't buy nothing but this either White or Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I like them. People want to buy one. They're talking out their ass. I'm not selling none.
Mm-hmm.
But they think they know it.
Yeah.
And I laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I laugh at it. Yeah.
Well, I've been talking to you almost an hour.
You
So
still ain't know nothing.
Oh, I know a lot more than I did. Been sitting here getting some words of wisdom.
Yeah, I can give you that. You can cross me up.
But so, is there anything last thing you want to say to everybody?
Forget about it.
Think about it and forget about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the two main things in life.
Yeah.
Think about it and forget about it.
When you think you know it all, you don't know nothing.
Yeah, you're right about that. You got that right.
No. We were talking a while ago with Kenny Cotman. I helped Kenny many, many times,
Mm-hmm.
but I liked him.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I like Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good time.
See, he had bought, I don't remember what her name was before, but Smiley Jenkins had built a boat and Kenny had got it at some point and he sold it to Alfred Owens over in Back Creek and he named her to Judy Ann. But she was a Smiley boat. She was a round stern. And I know Kenny had
Smiley
her.
built a
Yeah.
round stern.
Mm-hmm.
That's one on me.
Well, Smiley built her.
He always was a V-stern man.
Yeah, but she had a round stern on her. She was
He wasn't no boat builder, period.
she was like 38 foot or something.
No, he was not. No.
Well, I know I know some of the boats he built. I don't know about all of them, but I know some of the boats he built. He put 2.5-inch bottoms on them.
That was at one time. That was the name because he had a sawmill. Had a sawmill right up the road here, just above Bena, back in the woods,
Right.
and with good lumber.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where it come from, most of it.
So you're saying they were cutting it 2.5 inches?
Now, back then they probably would, because they didn't have no planters.
Right. So that's what the boards were. That's why he
Yeah.
put them on there that thick.
He built the Thomas J.
Yeah, and the Helena.
Helena.
Mm. You know any more deck boats he built? All I know is them two.
No, that's the only one I know.
But he built quite a few open boats.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't think there's nothing left down the shore where he built them to either.
Oh, no, it's houses.
Yeah. See, time always brings change.
No, ain't nothing down there.
That's why I got to sit down here and talk with you.
No, ain't nothing down there.
Mm-hmm.
Smiley had 2 or 3 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
He had Russell. Smiley had, I think, 3 brothers.
Mm.
I think. I don't know. Doesn't I say?
So when was the last time Bodie Riggins come over here to see you?
I ain't seen Bodie in a year more.
Okay. I just saw him not too long ago. I don't know if you knew David Flowers over in Seaford. Did you know Billy Messick that had the Pride of Seaford? All right, well, they hung out together, but
Tell me
David...
something. I used to know. I worked on his boat. Now I can't think of his name. I had it written. Lord, I can't think of that boy's name. He was from over there.
He was from Seaford?
Yeah, he was a climber.
Well, Bodie and Ed Riggins and Jim Riggins, I mean, all of them were clamming. Michael Huckabee clammed over there with a patent tong rig. He had a diamond stern named Virginia.
What was that boy's name? He lost everything, got hooked on drugs. So they tell me.
I don't know.
I
I'm
know.
not sure.
Yeah, he lost his. Lord, I can't think of that boy's name. small kid, but he got big time on drugs.
Well, drugs messed up a few of them.
Yeah,
Some of them get hooked up in that mess, can't get away from it.
you're not going to get away from it.
They get ruined. It's over. It's bad news.
He had a Ford truck he had fixed up. Oh. At one time, I think I might be wrong. He sold clams to Roy Davis.
Mm,
You know Roy Davis?
yeah. A lot of people sold some clams to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's my cousin.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
So, like, are you related to Lenny and Alton Smith? And
Me and Alton were brothers tight. We were very tight.
I hear that.
And Captain Lenny, I didn't know him that well. I knew him. But me and Alton were tight.
But you don't know of a family connection there?
No,
And like Tim Smith and
no.
KT and all them in there?
They closed up, ain't they?
Yeah. And then you had Clyde Smith. They called him Rooster in Pocosin. You knew him,
Did
didn't
you
you?
know Alton?
I didn't know Alton, but I know a lot about him. What was he like?
He was my buddy.
Yeah, but I mean, was he a character? Did he carry on, or real serious person, or
He was my buddy.
he must
He
have
told me
carried on?
He told me one time, he said, I got something I'm gonna tell you. He had long hair. I had that long. Old big handlebar mustache. And his wife, Miss Lois. He said, I got something I'm gonna tell you. He said, I want you to listen now. He was very serious.
All right, hold on. Let that go.
I'm a fan. I said, let her go, Cap. He said, why is everybody, not everybody, why is everybody you know of is a good boat builder or a good hand with boats is a drunk? And he said, you shut up before you answer because you're a drunk too.
Oh boy,
I couldn't say nothing.
I hear that.
Old Alton.
He wasn't calling you out, was he?
Boy, he was something.
Was he at Horn Harbor then?
That was his daddy,
Mm-hmm.
Captain Lenny.
Yeah.
Mm.
He built the Linda Carroll.
Mm-hmm. Alton, he was a character. Me and him belonged to the Reedsville Maritime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have family that has some of the models you built?
No, I don't sell them.
So you keep everything you built?
I don't sell them.
Okay. But I mean, you didn't build none for anybody in your family, like your
My
sons?
son got one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to have a couple models of you from
I
that you
got 'em.
built to put in that show in June.
I got him. Yeah, Bill got one. And just far from up above Richmond, Caroline County.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's got a lot of my stuff. I sold it to his wife. I made a lot of stuff for her,
Right.
furniture-wise.
Uh-huh.
He got a steering wheel. I sold him. And he got a lot. Chairs, tables.
Hmm. Did you ever know of Bill Keeling?
Bill Keeling.
Keeling.
Across the bay.
Yeah,
I mean,
across-
Smith Fee.
Mm-hmm.
I heard of him, but I don't know him.
Well, he done moved to Matthews
That's
now,
what I heard.
and he's building a 42 by 12. He got building a pretty Deadrise. He's putting the washboards on her now. Just put the engine bedding in her, got the engine sitting in her, just get everything lined up. He already got the shaft and rudder and all in, but he's getting there. He's putting some bulkheads in and gonna start building a house for long, I reckon. But
Yeah.
she's pretty. He found some good wood to build her with too.
He just fucked my buddy's boat up. Last year before last. Yeah, he fucked her up.
Oh boy. You say Bill Keelan did?
Yeah, he done it.
Oh boy. Well, I guess everybody got their own way to do things. Because a lot of boats, you can look at the boat and you can see who built her pretty much.
Yeah, well.
Because everybody got their way of doing it. The way they cut them and the houses and all.
Ain't but one way.
Yeah, it's one way, but
Ain't but one way. Nah,
you decide how much shears in her and
ain't but one way.
how much flare.
No, ain't but one way, buddy. You can talk a lot of shit to anybody you want. Ain't but one way. Just because, I don't know. Like I say, when you think you know it all, you're a dummy.
That's true.
You-
So just think about it and then forget it.
when you think you know it all, you're a dummy. Clear cut dummy.
Oh, I understand that.
Yep.
I don't ever think I know it all. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you.
No.
I like to talk to all y'all, let y'all tell me the story, because I want to know it. But, I mean, the only way I'm going to know it is to hear it from y'all.
Yeah, when you think you know it all.
Because I'll tell you this, I ain't going to sit down and make it up. I ain't going to do that. If I got to make it up, I ain't going to waste my time.
You were talking about him. He runs the railway over there, don't he?
Well, he had a railway over there, but he's moved to Matthews now. He's up off of Mob Jack Bay now.
Where?
You know, when you're going on 14 heading to Matthews,
Yeah.
where that white church is, you can go.
Take a right there.
Yeah.
And you can take another right.
He's back.
That's the place I'm talking about.
Oh. Well, it ain't no railway where he's at, but he's got a shop that he's building it
The
in.
travel lift there ain't.
Uh-uh. Ain't no lift where he's at. He's building it at his house in a shop. Like you.
Who owns that? Who's running that lift there? That travel lift?
There ain't no
Turn
lift.
right behind Gerald Jones's store. You take a right at the church, go to the next right.
Well,
Crockett's owned it.
when you go to the right at the church,
Yeah.
you keep going straight down past Mob Jack Nursery. And then you make a left to go to his house.
When you go past Mob Jack Nursery, you can't go no further.
Well, right past the nursery, you make a left, and he's there on the water.
Okay.
Hmm.
Matram's owns Mob Jack Nursery.
And
I
he
used to live there.
he's got a shop like this built at his house.
Where George Philpotts used to be.
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, I've enjoyed talking with
No
you.
problem.
I appreciate it,
No problem.
and people gonna enjoy seeing this and hearing from you.
Yeah.
You want to shout out, say hi to anybody?
No. Hell no.
Oh boy!
No.
All right,
I'll tell you a lie in a minute.
I hear that. Well, I'm gonna say thank you.
No problem, buddy.